All right, welcome back to another YouTube. This is gonna be YouTube 2 for the suspension for the car. Last episode, we fully assembled all the GU Diffs and they're completely done, ready to go in the cars. This episode, we have all of our rear suspension only. We're taking everything out of the rear of the GQ, cleaning up the chassis and underbody, and then the rear GU Diff will go in along with all of our stuff. We've got long arms, upper arms, radius arms, bump stops, dropout cones, rear coil tail bracing, coil retainers, Superflex rear sway bar, Donaldson MRA shocks, new tail shaft for the rear and more. All right, so here's our Superflex rear sway bar. It is super chunky compared to the old one. And the color matches all of our arms here, which is great. So we've kind of got a black and silver theme going, which will be nice. We've also got rear coils. These are Superior 3-inch heavy duty coils for the rear, and then the fronts are 5-inch mediums. These work great. I love this size. They work well with everything in the old car, which is going to be really similar. And then rear long arms. These were already installed, but they're back out because there's nothing in the car. Superior upper arms to match, and then Superior rear sway bar as well. We've got links for the rear sway bar, extended bump stops. This box is Superflex sway bar stuff, so this moves the brackets for the sway bars forward on the car, so they're longer. We also have Boss rear coil tail bracing. These bolt in with your bump stops, so your bump stops sit right about here, and then your coil's just in this. They're just an easy bolt-in one, because I got a wag and I can't really do the full big cross one, which I'd prefer. And then dropout cones and retainers. These work with the rear coil tail bracing, which works great. They just fit up and in, and then these hold the coils onto the diff. So they're a good combo and they work great.
Oh fuck, that just fell. That might just, oh, the panhard, the upper control arm hangers might, ah fuck.
Nah. Oh, we should have emptied the diff oil before we fucking...
So we just do it over the drain?
No!
Yeah, please.
So all the suspension is out of the rear. As you can see, we're doing it in the driveway. No hoist for me, but that's fine. And I've cleaned the chassis up and it looks great. Our chassis and cross members look amazing. I'm super happy with them. Our new tail shaft is in here and it's just hanging. All of the chassis all the way down to the middle point has been cleaned. And we're gonna leave from there to the front of the car for all the front suspension, because this is obviously just us focusing on the back. You can see our cross member notch looks great here, thanks to Toby. And all our fuel lines come up still, with our lift pump here still on the chassis, coil towers and brake proportioning valve and everything looking good all the way through to the very back of the car. I'm definitely super happy with how all of this looks. And you can see the bracket for the long arms is here compared to where it used to be. And the chassis is shaven even off the bottom. Our inner guards and chassis for here are all nice and new looking, so we can just start throwing everything in really. The instructions say just put it in. So you can see we've got the rear coil tail bracing, just the drive side. These bolts are good because these actually still retain the clips for the fuel lines above, so the fuel lines still can't move, which is great. And then your bump stop bolts are here. Now we'll do this side, and I still got to get the dropout cones and the bump stops on, and then we'll be done for this part. All right, we've got the diff under the car now, thank God. This thing's so heavy to carry up the driveway, man, but it's under here on the jack stands now. So all we really have left is shocks, coils, and our control arms. So we'll start by putting the long arms in. upper arms, and then we can do the shocks and coils. And then we've got to figure out like our pinion angle for our tail shaft and all that sort of stuff and align them. Oh, and the pan hard. Last complete arm to go in, rear pan hard. All right, we've made some really good progress. Diffs under the car, tail shafts in, upper and lowers are in, pan hard, shocks, coils, superior sway bar, and basically everything's in. Now, I need to adjust the pinion angle for the tail shaft, and I kind of realized it's going to be a bit hard now that I've put everything in the car, but that's all right. And I still need to go around and tighten every single bolt on every arm. The rear diff's on jack stands, so the car's sitting on its own weight, so I can go around and tighten all the bushings down. And I've just put diff oil in the rear diff, so that's ready to go. So really all that's left now is tighten every bolt, basically. All right, this isn't really easy to show, but I'm going to try my best regarding aligning the pinion for the tail shaft. So you need an angle finder thingy. We're gonna put it on here, and we've got 1.5 degrees. Then you come over to your pinion flange and you put it back on, and we've got 4.9. So basically we wanna match 1.5. So I'm gonna rotate it this way a bit. And you can see 1.5 is about, we're getting pretty close. So the diff actually needs to move this way, if that makes sense. So the uppers are gonna have to become shorter in order for the top of the diff to go down. So I'm gonna undo these now, and I'm gonna wind these in. I'll probably start with 2 full rotations, and then we'll see how that is. All right, so not even gonna lie, that took me about 5 tries. I've just put the bolts back in on the top. So our handbrake drum was 3.6 degrees, and I got this to, I think it was like 2.9 degrees. So within a degree, to be honest. The arms only allow you to adjust it so much, and anything less than a degree is okay, really. It's not gonna, you're not gonna feel that much of a difference, as long as you've got it pretty close, I guess. But as you can see now, it's looking really good under here. Uppers are in, lower long arms are in, Superflex sway bars in, which looks fantastic. Bump stops, coil tower bracing up top. See over here as well, and the dropout cones. Our brake line's on. It's as straight as I could get it. Braided ones can be a pain sometimes. The other thing I kind of messed up on was I put that solid spacer in there with the bolt just so that it couldn't move it. But it turns out the control arm's really close to the bolt already, so you can't actually put anything on it. So you just have to put that bolt in there. You can't put anything on it. All right, so I've done my rounds. We've gone around and tightened all the bolts for the suspension with the car under its own weight. You can see the jack stands are doing nothing now. So lowers are tightened, uppers are tightened, adjustables are tightened, sway bar is fully on, tail shaft is on. Shocks are in and tight, bump stop's done, coils are in, the exhaust is back on as you can see, and the only thing left is the remote resis and the pan hard. I'm gonna put the wheels on now so that we can measure the wheel to the chassis and get that pan hard right. And then the only thing will be the remote reservoirs for the shocks, which is an easy job, and the rear will be fully done. All right, wheels are on, panards tightened, so that is the rear suspension done. Mud flaps had to come off as well. I'm not sure how these 35s are gonna go without being quarter chopped. That is gonna get done ASAP, but I need to sort that out. Front suspension has to be done first. So for now, until next weekend, this car is gonna look like this with hella anti-squat, which is ridiculous, but it's funny. Not like I'm gonna drive it around or anything. Garage is ready for next weekend. All the stuff for the front suspension, shocks, panard, drag link, tie rods on the diff, tail shaft, coils, towers, bump stops, etc. Hub's still got to go on. I actually got to put a new stub axle on this side because the thread on it got damaged somehow. I can't get the ring on, so brand new stub axle for that. Wheels are here as well, ready to go. So this is ready for next weekend. So that'll end off this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was fun. And the front episode is going to be good. So get keen.